Hello, so today we're going to be playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I'm not really playing it. I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to make a Melodious Diva deck, which it's a pretty good deck. I've had it since before Master Duel even came out. I think I got it in like, a long time ago. I actually don't remember when. Right, I got it as the real cards I have in Master Duel. I highly recommend this deck. Right, might seem a bit girly, but in the end, it's still pretty good, and it's even a bigger flex that you're beating them with such girly cards. It's kind of funny. Basically, the main point of this deck is to draw this card, Ostinato. The only problem is that you have no monsters, but it lets you fusion summon a monster, and you want to bring out Bloom Diva the Melodious Choir, okay? That is probably your goal. So, let's get on to what the deck consists of. The deck consists of Score the Melodious Diva, Sonata the Melodious Diva, free of both. Don't worry, I'll write the deck list in the description as well. Summon a monk at 1. Okay. Summon a monk. You don't want too many of him. It does let you special summon a monster. You don't want to just clog your hand with it, because like I said, this is the point of your deck, and you have to control no monsters. Aria. You special summon it. None of your monsters can be targeted by card effects or be destroyed by battle. An overall pretty useful card, especially since there's so many special summoning cards in this deck. Canon the Melodious Diva. Okay, you only want one of it. Don't need too much of it. If you control a Melodious monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Canon the Melodious Diva once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can target one Melodious monster you control, change battle position. Really, you don't really care about its effect except for the fact how easy it is to summon. And Serenade, same thing. Don't really want it's a effect you don't really end up using. It's just another monster which you need. Yeah. Opera, 2300 tank. Summon it for level 4. You know, when you're desperate. Yeah. Solo the melodious songstress at 3. Pretty decent card. 1600 attack. You can special summon it when you have no monsters. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one melodious monster from your deck, except Solo the Melodious Songstress. Overall, pretty solid card, only a normal. This overall deck is actually very cheap. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 SRs and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 URs, which you don't even, which some of these are just generic URs, so you would just always have. Next is Elegy, the Melodious Diva, 2000 attack, and it lets your monsters have extra attack. It just lets them gain 300 attack, which is just pretty good. Shopina, the Melodious Maestra, I know it's strong, but the main reason why you're using it is because it's a Maestra monster, and you need it for fusion summoning, okay? Same as you, another Maestra monster. Right, don't really use it for other than that. That's why they're only at 1. You got Raigeki, self-explanatory. Destroys all monsters your opponent controls. I'm sure you know that. Destroys all spell and trap card you control. Harpie Duster. Yeah, bro, back in my day, Harpie Duster was banned. I remember the first time this game came out, I was just so shocked that Harpie Duster was unbanned. Cause like, I had no idea. Monster Reborn, target one monster in either graveyard, special summon it. Yep, pretty basic. Transmodify, send one monster you control to the graveyard, special summon from your deck one monster with the same type and attribute as that monster in your graveyard, but one level higher. You can only activate one. Typically, you would be summoning Elegy with this effect. Do I have any level 3 monsters? You have a level 3 monster here. If you have Sonata, then you could just do summon Aria. Right, summon Aria, I recommend. You summon Sonata. Typically, you end up summoning Elegy, which adds attack, right? So does Sonata though. Then you got solo, first movement solo. If you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 lower melodious monster from your hand or deck. Alright. Pretty solid card at 3. Necessity. Alright. Is it 4 or lower? Yeah, 4 lower. Summon Aria. Maybe you can summon Sonata if you want some extra attack. right? Because you're not always going to draw this card. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So it's better to have some other backup plans. Ostinato, if you control no monsters, fusion summon one melodious. Basically, it lets you fusion summon a monster. Right, during the end phase of this turn, destroy the monster you fusion summon. It doesn't really matter because this monster is effect. It tanks it and it makes it not destroyed by the end of the turn. Same as hit her. Right, so it really doesn't matter. Her you don't really end up summoning, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect her. Because you would typically have Aria on the field or someone else who protects your melodious monsters. After that is the Sanctuary in the Sky. You don't need to add this, but it's overall just a good card. Battle damage to the controller of a fairy type monster in becomes 0. All battle damage becomes 0. Which means if someone were to attack my solo with something with like 3,000 attack, let's say they're using Blue Eyes, right? That'd be 1,400 typically, but due to the Sanctuary in the Sky, it becomes 0. And most of your monsters here are fairy types, except for Summon a Monk, which you typically only have on the board for like barely ever summon him. Right, you really haven't in Celestial Transformation. This is if you need a quick monster on the board. Maybe you can combine it with Transmodify, right, for that little combo. Summon a monster, a half set attack. Photon Lead, special summon 1 level 4 lower light monster from your hand in face up attack position. Again, just another special summon monster, extra monster in the field. Typically, I wouldn't say to add these traps, yet for some people, they really do like these traps, and if you want to, you can add them. They're not that difficult, right? They're just a little trap. Like, it just, Magic Cylinder, everyone knows what it does, it just redirects your damage. Overall, I believe traps are bad, yet a lot of people like traps, and sometimes it can be useful, I guess. It's like, because you're really going to be in that pinch where they take away your monster, right? Take away her. Okay, or there's a point in time where they can destroy your monsters and deal you damage. It's very rare, but for those rare scenarios, this can just come in handy. Maybe come in clutch sometimes. Alright, when a monster is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field. This is also really good because you don't want monsters on your field. Let's say you draw Ostinato. You activate Torrential Tribute, or your monsters and their monsters just get destroyed, so you can use Ostinato. Ojama Trio summons 3 tokens on this side of the field. Let's say they need a big board to summon their fusion monsters, synchro monsters, etc. Right? They need a big board. It just kind of covers up their board. Right? Next is Solemn Judgement. Everyone knows what it does. It negates at the extent of your life points, half of it. But then again, it's like a motto I like to follow. My brother taught me about it. He always says it. Life points don't matter unless they're at 0. Right? All you care about is that they're not at 0. Now for the extra deck. Extra deck, you don't even need half these cards. I reckon you only need Bloom Diva. And if you're rich enough, so, add free. Add free. If you want to, add free Bloom Diva. Okay? You don't need Bagooska. Yeah, I like Bagooska and I feel like Bagooska can help. Right? So, because this deck is more of a let them attack you deck, and then you counter attack. So Bagooska is good for that. Here Poshinungen, you don't really need it, but it gives you as your monsters extra attack for, because like almost every single monster here are light monsters, almost, because that's an earth. No, it's like, yeah, oh really, huh? Well, obviously he's dark, but there's a lot more. Oh, they're all light. Okay, yeah. Which gives them 400 attack, and dark monsters lose attack, right? Which is overall good. And once per turn, while you're face up on the field, quick effect, you can target up to 3 cards in your any graveyard, banish them, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each. Right, gains attack, pretty good. But banish cards in the graveyard. Overall, a pretty good card. Right, it's a really good card. You still end up really using it. Right, because if you don't summon her, you summon her. Right, gains 300 attack for each material used for its fusion summon. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. If this fusion summoned card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 melodious monster in your hand and add it to your hand. Right. Heartlanddraco, decent card. Don't really need it. While you control a face-up spell, you or opponent cannot target this card for attacks. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. This turn, this card can attack your opponent directly, but no other monsters. But other monsters cannot attack. Right. Overall, pretty good card. Sneaky little card. You can go through your opponent. It's you don't need to summon it. Don't always summon it. I'll tell you the cards. You always want to summon her, then her, sometimes him, but her and him, they're pretty like. Make sure it's a good scenario before using them, right? And you might be like, oh, Schuberta, the Melodious Maestra. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And Prima, the Melodious Choir. They're both so good. Why wouldn't you want to summon her? Okay, Bloom Diva, the Melodious Choir. Its effect is amazing. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you cannot take battle damage from attacks involving this card. If this card battles a monster, after damage calculation, you can inflict to your opponent equal to the difference between the original attack of that opponent's monster and this card. And if you do, destroy that monster. Right, so basically, let's say your opponent was using Blue Eyes again. Right, like another example is Blue Eyes. 3000 attack monster, attacks Bloom Diva. What's the difference? 1000 minus 3000 equals 2000, right? Right. So, difference is they take 2000 life points and destroy their monster. Worst case scenario, if they have a monster that can't be destroyed by battle, worst case scenario, you're not getting destroyed, don't worry. They take the life points and don't get destroyed. That's worst case scenario. As the case for Chaos Max, I believe that's how it works. They take 3000 life points because they have the 4000 attack. Alright? That's the case with Chaos Max, but Chaos Max, I believe, stays on the field. Maybe it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it does. Right? If you want to look for cards to make the deck even cheaper, maybe cut out Magic Cylinder, or Ojama Trio. Maybe cut out a Transmodify. But like I reckon this is still pretty good. This deck is very cheap. First thing you want to get out of Bagooska, Prima. You really only need one, but like it's better to have two. I'd add another Bloom Diva, but if you're poor, just add two. Nothing less than two. You're not gonna use the deck as one Bloom Diva. Yeah. Overall, this is a deck. It's a pretty good deck. I love it. Amazing to use. It's very cheap. Right? And as you can see by my stats, I'm not someone who's rich. I can relate to you guys. I spend real life money on this game. I'm not rich in this game, right? I don't have that many cards actually, because I have a lot of. I've been playing the game since it first came out, and I've sold like every card I've had. Like, look. Wait, I didn't dismantle these, huh? Look, I'll dismantle some cards for you. Dismantle selected cards. Yeah, I see some YouTubers end off like this. Now I need this. Okay, but yeah, okay. Ready? Dismantle. That's cool. Alright, tell me what tutorial I'm gonna show you next. Another deck list. I got some Blue Eyes, right? Some Super Heavy Samurai, some Neos, Cyber Dragon, right? Even good structure decks, right? If you're very cheap. You got some FTK Red Eyes, all sorts of Red Eyes, all sorts of Blue Eyes, all sorts of Super Heavy Samurais. So some fun heal decks, some fun decks overall. Dark Magician decks, Heroes decks, you name it. Sacred Beast, like you name it, I got it. I'll make it. Okay, just put it in the comments, and I'll try my best to make the tutorial. Without further ado, goodbye. Hope you have a good day. Bye. Also, wait, let me just say, the reason why I'm bronze right now is because I'm trying to make a. Oh, okay, no, I'll just cut this out.